Thanks for watching. I'm Margot Kinberg, and this is In the Spotlight, a closer look at a crime novel. YA novels have gotten very, very popular over the past couple of decades, and they run the gamut from lighter to very dark, from less to more mature content, and so on. Let's take a look at a YA novel today, just to sort of see what they're like these days, and turn the spotlight on Holly Jackson's A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. Pippa Fitz-Anobi is preparing her senior capstone project as a high school graduation requirement. Her choice is to follow up on the 5-year-old disappearance of Andrea "Andy" Bell. According to police and other reports, Andy drove off from her home one night and didn't return. Her body was never recovered, and no one seems to know what happened to her. Pippa starts to look at news articles, police reports, and so on to try to piece together what happened. Everyone assumes that Indy's boyfriend, Sal Singh, killed her, but the police never found enough evidence to take the case to trial. The town, though, judged him and found him guilty. Not long after the murder, he was found dead, apparently of suicide. The case is assumed to be closed, and not a lot has been done on it since then. Pippa, though, is not so sure that Sal was guilty. As she does her research, she finds several pieces of evidence that don't add up. She thinks there's more to the case than it seems on the surface, and continues looking into it. In part to complete her project, and in part to find out the truth, Pippa keeps going. Pippa interviews the police who investigated, the families of both Andy and Sal, and a member of the FBI. She also continues to read up on police procedure as well as accounts of the case. But not everyone is happy that she's looking into Andy's disappearance. In fact, she's even threatened, a sobering experience that frightens her. Still, the more she looks into the case, the clearer it is that Sal might not have been guilty. And in the end, Pippa finds out the truth. And it turns out that many things about Andy's disappearance aren't as they seem. So, what are the elements in this particular YA novel? What holds it together? This is, as I say, billed as a YA novel, and it does feature a YA protagonist. Parts of the novel are told from her perspective, first person, past tense. Many of the characters are also young. That said, though, many adults of other age groups have enjoyed the novel, and its focus really is on another element in the story, which is the disappearance of Andy Bell. As Pippa investigates, we learn what the police and the FBI do when someone goes missing. Pippa keeps a log of transcripts of her interviews, news articles, personal thoughts, and information she learns, and those are also used to tell the story. Those parts of the story are interspersed with third-person past tense narration of Pippa's journey to the truth. So the story is told in different ways, with Pippa's own narration, transcripts, and so on added in. Readers who prefer only one sort of narration will notice this. Readers who enjoy variety in storytelling will appreciate this aspect of the novel. There's also the element of the small town setting. Fairview, Connecticut, where the story takes place, is the sort of town where everyone knows everyone. It's very hard for the Singh family because of that, since so many people believe that Sal Singh was a murderer. It's also difficult at times for Pippa, since she uncovers things about people she's known for a long time. A Good Girl's Guide to Murder is a YA novel with a focus on a disappearance and its consequences. It features a young woman who's trying to find out the truth, and a small town that's been shaken by a tragedy. This has been In the Spotlight. I'm Margot Kinberg. Thanks for watching.